Good afternoon students. Today in this video I will discuss about wool, nylon and the surgical dressing. Starting with wool. Wool is a textile fiber obtained from the sheep and other animals like Kashmiri and the Mohair wool from the goat, cuvite wool from the musk oxen, fur clothing from the bison and the angora from the rabbits. Generally, wool fibers are obtained from the Bovis hairies, belonging to the family of Bovidae. Actually, Bovis genus has more than 7 species and the Aries gives the best quality of the wool fiber among them. Wool has a diameter ranging from the 16 to 40 micron and the length 1.5 to 3 inches approximately. Basically, wool is the processed part of the hair. Okay, wool fiber is chiefly composed of the animal protein, that is keratin, which contain the sulfur. Protein substances are more vulnerable to chemical damage and the unfavorable environmental condition than the cellulose material forming in the plant fiber. Wool is used in the manufacture of the dresses, draperies, upholstery, and also used in the crepe bandage and the flannel bandages. Wool become black precipitate when it is treated with caustic soda and the lead acetate. Now come to the point of the preparation of wool fiber. This process starts with the removing of the hair of the sheep. You can see this picture. The sheep are sheared to remove the fleeces. Okay. Actually, the process of the removal of the fleeces from the animal is called shearing. Sheep are usually shorn annually in the spring or the summer month. Shearing is done with a manual razor or blade, and it does not hurt the sheep. It actually helps them by removing of the heavy woolen coat that they do not require in the summer. Next steps is that the hair is washed properly to remove the dirt, dust and the grease. The process of removing dirt, dust and the grease from the sheared hair is called scouring. It is done with the help of machine. Then the process wool is sorted on the basis of the length, color, texture and the ease with which it can be dyed or colored. The color of the fleeces is basically white, brown or black. Last steps is wash and dry. In this process, containers of the wool are put through the rollers to squeeze out as much water as possible. Then the wool is weighed and packed into bales. The bales are transported to the mill where they are processed further. Okay. Next come to the point, that is nylon. Nylon, as I told you in previous, that is nylon is a synthetic fibers. Okay. Nylon is a generic designation for the family of the synthetic polymers known as the polyamides. There are several forms of the nylon fibers depending on their chemical synthesis, such as nylon 4, nylon 6, nylon 6.6, okay, 6.10, 6.12, 8, 10 and 11. The nylons are generally tough, strong, durable fibers, usually in wide range of textile application and the pharmaceutical also. The most vital role is the characteristics of nylon fiber. The nylon fiber, the functional group is amide, light in weight, incredibly tensile strength, great stretchability, varies in luster, durable and elastics, easy to wash and it can be easy to dye, high resistance to insects, fungi and the chemicals, abrasion resistance, made instead of burning. The modern use of the nylon. It can use in clothing, auto parts, abseiling gears, sports items, strings, medical equipment like filtering media in the sterilizing and the sutures. Now come to the point of surgical dressing. Surgical dressing is used to include all the materials either used alone or in the combination to cover the wound. The purpose of the application of the dressing is to protect the wound and favor its proper healing. A material which holds the dressing is desired position is known as bandage. The question may be here that as a short question, that what is the bandage, what is the surgical dressing, okay, what is the difference between surgical dressing and the bandages. So fiber are used to preparation of the surgical dressing. Dressing are meant for the following function. You should remember these 3 points, that is reduce of the prevent infections, protection to healing wound, and the mechanical support to the tissues. Okay. Now, surgical dressing should comply the following equipments as mentioned in the pharmacopoeia. They should not be sterile. They should be sterilized before use. They should be stored in dry, well ventilated place at the temperature not exceeding 25 degrees Celsius. They should be used with the permitted antiseptics in the prescribed concentrations only. They should not be dyed unless the mentioned in the monograph. Adhesive product should not be allowed in the freeze, and there should not be any loose threads fiber ends in the dressing. So question may be arise from here that which is not in the part of the pharmacopoeia, or which is the more important part for the pharmacopoeias. Okay, now the most important part is the classification of surgical dressing. The surgical dressing are classified as 4 types, that is fiber, fabric, bandage, and rubber and oil impregnated materials. So fibers can be divided into 2 types, that is non-medicated fibers and the medicated fibers. Okay, absorbent cotton, wool, rayon are the example of the non-medicated fibers. The fabrics are woven materials. These may be medicated or non-medicated. The examples of the fabrics are absorbent lint, absorbent ribbon gauze, boric acid lint. Okay. The bandages are the product used to retain the dressing in the place and provide support for the applications of medications to the skin. They are mainly waterproof. Bandages are further divided into 2 types, that is non-medicated bandage and the medicated bandage. As for British Pharmacopoeia, they recognize the following types of the surgical dressing or comes under the rubber and oil impregnated materials. These points are comes to the rubber and the oil impregnated materials according to British Pharmacopoeia. Okay, so the definitions, examples, and the functions, or you may call it as use, I will provide you via PDF. Okay, thank you.